Good morning, dear students. Today we will discuss the problems regarding the Hooke's joint. Just all of you have screen. So a hook joint connects two shafts which are having 165 degrees as included angle. The driving shaft rotates uniformly at 1000 rpm. Find the maximum angular acceleration of the driven shaft and maximum torque required if the driven shaft carries a flywheel of mass 10 kg and 100 mm radius of gyration. So just all of you read the problem and write the given values, what they are given. So angle is there, included angle. So that angle is the angle of the two shafts. Angle of the two shafts is the ones. Okay, that is the alpha equals to, for getting the alpha value. So alpha equals to totally 180 minus included angle is the 165. So that equals to 15 degrees. The angle of the two shafts are the 15 degrees. Hello, please turn off your mics. And the driving shaft runs at 1000 rpm. So that speed value is the 1000 rpm. Then what the values are given additionally? So just observe that. So when we know the speed of the driving shaft, so then simply to find out the angular velocity of the driving shaft. So omega 1 equals to, we have the relation. So that is the 2 pi n1 by 60. 2 pi n by 60 is there. So from that, when we substituted the values, so then simply to get the our omega 1 value is the 104.72. 104.72. So then M is also there. M is the 10 kg and K is the 0.1 meter, 0.1 meter. So when we know the M and K values, then simply to find out the moment of inertia. So that is the I equals to mk square. Just substituted the known values here. So when that the values are, the value to be arrived, the value has to be arrived 0.1 kg meter square, 0.1 kg meter square. Now for getting the maximum acceleration, so for getting the maximum acceleration, so that is the condition is there, condition for maximum acceleration of the driven shaft is given by, what are the values are there? So cos 2 theta equals to one relation is there, cos 2 theta equals to 2 sin square alpha by 2 minus sin square alpha, 2 sin square alpha by 2 minus sin square alpha. So so just substituted the alpha value in our equation. So when we substituted, so 2 into sin square 15 by 2 minus sin square 15. Just make the calculation. So then the value has to arrive here 0.06929, 0.06929. So in this, when the cos 2 theta is positive, hence 2 theta is lies in first and fourth quadrants. So that is the, okay, for getting the our theta value, for getting the theta values. So 2 theta is the our 86 degrees or 273.97 also. So when theta is also, theta value has to arrive here 43.05 degrees and 136.98 degrees, 136.98 degrees. So that is the theta. Now we have to find out the theta value. So the theta is the 43 and are 136.98. Hence, the theta value are substituted in our acceleration formula, maximum acceleration formula. So that is the maximum acceleration formula equals to minus omega 1 square cos alpha sin square alpha into sin 2 theta by 1 minus cos square theta sin square alpha. 1 minus sin square, sorry, 1 minus cos square theta sin square alpha. So just known values are substituted in our equation. So that is the omega 1 already there and alpha is there and theta is there. Just all the values are substituted in our equation. So when we substituted that, then just above that. when when we have to find out the maximum acceleration, so here the 2 theta is taken to be maximum values, the 2 theta equals to, so why? Because it is okay, the theta values are placed at in the first or fourth quadrant. So that is the our one is the okay, 273 is there, and okay, and another one is the 136 is the theta. When theta equals to, theta value is the considered as the 136. So here this 2 theta is considered as the 273 degrees and theta value is the 136 degrees. So those values are substituted in our main equation. So when we substituted that, then simply to arrive the value of acceleration, so that is the 761.18 radian per second square. 761.18 radian per second square. Now maximum torque. Okay, maximum torque, they may also require maximum torque also. So what is the, okay, how we find out the maximum torque? Simply to take the our I into maximum angular acceleration, I omega. Small formula is there for getting the torque value. So T equals to I omega formula is there. So I is the already there, and maximum angular acceleration recently came here. So just substituted both the values and the maximum torque value here. So that is the 76.12 Newton meter. 76.12 Newton meter. Yeah. All of you copy the problem. It is very important. Just all of you copy the problem. Just leave it the question and just directly to okay, directly to start with our solution. So those values are considered. Okay, those values are copied. All of you copy the problem. If you are having any queries, please ask me. Now going to see the another problem. A hook joint is used to connect two shafts. The driving shaft is rotating uniformly with a speed of 400 rpm. The maximum speed of driven shaft is 420 rpm. Determine the greatest permissible angle between the two shafts. Also find minimum speed of the driven shaft. Also find the minimum speed of the driven shaft. So all of you read the problem and write the given values. So what they are given here? So speed of the driving shaft N1 equals to 400 rpm. When we know the N1 value, then simply to find the our angular velocity of the angular velocity. So that is the omega 1 equals to 2 pi n by 60. So from that, the value has to arrive here 41.8. When we make the calculation, we got the value of 41.8. And maximum speed of the driven shaft. So how much? So that is the driven shaft maximum value is the N2 equals to 420 rpm. N2 equals to 420 rpm. So therefore, maximum angular speed. So they are given maximum driven shaft, and similarly to find maximum angular speed. So that is the omega 2 equals to 2 pi n2 by 60. 2 pi n2 by 60. So when we substituted the n2 value in this equation, then simply to simply to get the value, that is the 43.9 radians per second. 43.9 radian per second. Now, maximum angular velocity of the driven shaft, omega 2 equals to omega 1 by cos alpha. We have the relations between the omega 1 and omega 2. Okay, in our derivation part, in our analysis of the Hooke's joint, already there, some relations are there. So, omega 2 equals to omega 1 by cos alpha. So, omega 1 by omega 2 equals to cos alpha. So omega 1 is there and omega 2 is there. Just substituted the values. So 41.8 and 43.9. So alpha equals to 17.75 degrees. 17.75 degrees. That is the our alpha. That is the alpha. Now minimum angular speed. Okay. So they may also determine minimum angular speed. Okay, minimum angular speed. So that is the minimum speed. So minimum angular speed of driven shaft omega 2 minimum equals to omega 1 cos alpha. Omega 1 cos alpha. So that is the formula is there for getting the minimum. So what is the relation is there? Omega 2 minimum equals to omega 1 cos alpha. Omega 2 minimum equals to omega 1 cos alpha. So in this, similarly to right here, so N2 minimum equals to N1 cos alpha, N1 cos alpha. So N2 minimum equals to N1 value is the already there 400 and cos alpha value is the 17.75. So just substituted that. So just make a calculation. So then simply to arrive here the value, so 380.96 rpm, 380.96 rpm. So that is the our minimum speed of the driven shaft, minimum speed of the driven shaft. Just copy the matter. Just copy the matter, all of it. Any queries? Please ask me. Did you finish the problem? Now going to see the next topic. It's a double hook joint. Double hook joint. So just observe that in earlier session already told about of the hook joint, single hook joint. So now this is the double hook joint. So what is the difference between there? So that is the what are the forks are there? Those are connected with the one small cross type of connection is there between the one to another fork, one to another shafts. So in this, we may also use one intermediate shaft between the two shafts. So that just all of you observe that driving shaft, it is a okay, left side portion is okay, considered as the driving shaft and right side portion is taken as the driven shaft. And in between driving and driven, we may also use the intermediate shaft is there. Intermediate shaft is also considered. So when we arrange the particular type, so this is calling as double hook joint. Double hook joint. So what is the main use? So in this double hook joint mainly to maintain the constant velocity ratio. To maintain the constant velocity ratio of the driving and driven shafts. Now going to see that. So what are the main elements are there? Just all of you observe that. So in this, the driving and driven shaft are equally inclined to the intermediate shaft. So that is also there, equally inclined to the intermediate shaft. And the second one, the next one is that the two forks on the intermediate shaft lie in the same plane. So the two forks on the intermediate shaft lie in the same plane. So that is also happened here. Now going to see the some derivation part. Before going to start that one, so we have the some notations. So those are the theta equals to theta. Theta is the angle turned by the driving shaft, and pi equals to angle turned by the driven shaft, and gamma is the angle turned by the intermediate shaft, and alpha is the inclination of driving and driven shaft. So in this, let us take the driving shaft and intermediate shaft. Let us take the driving shaft and intermediate shaft. When we consider that, so that is the tan theta equals to cos alpha tan gamma. Tan theta equals to tan theta equals to tan theta equals to cos alpha tan gamma. So they may also write the equation between the our driving to the intermediate shaft. So that is the tan theta equals to cos alpha tan gamma. So how they represented here? So why? Because so in our earlier session already wrote the okay some relations. So that is the one relation is there tan theta into tan pi. Uh, tan theta by tan pi equals to cos alpha, that is there. Okay, from that tan theta equals to cos alpha into tan gamma here. So this is related with the intermediate shaft. So that intermediate shaft angle is the okay gamma is there inclination. So and similarly to write driven shaft to intermediate shaft, that is the tan pi equals to cos alpha into tan gamma. Cos alpha into tan gamma. So when we are equating the 1 and 2, so tan theta equals to tan pi. Tan theta equals to tan pi. So similarly to write here, that is the theta equals to pi. So that's why they are considered here. What is the angle is there between the our driving and driven shaft? Okay, so what is the angle is there? So that angle turned by the driving and driven shaft is the same. Is the same. So the intermediate shaft will also makes the same inclination to the our driving and driven. So that is okay. Already that is also came here. Hence, the angular velocities will be equal. Okay. Now just observe that they may also give the one relation. So that is the if the forks of intermediate shaft lie in the planes perpendicular to each other, lie in the planes perpendicular to each other, the maximum fluctuation of speed of driven shaft will be form of cos square alpha to 1 by cos square alpha. The maximum fluctuation of the driven shaft, the maximum fluctuation of speed of the driven shaft will be form of cos square alpha to 1 by cos square alpha. So that is there. Simply they are also give the only that relation between the one angle to another angle. So that is enough. Now going to see the our okay the problem regarding the double hook joint. So just all of you observe the problem. In a double hook joint, an angle of driving and driven shaft with the intermediate shaft is 18 degrees. The intermediate shaft is 18 degrees. The driving shaft is rotating at 420 rpm. If the forks of intermediate shaft lie in the plane perpendicular to each other, find the maximum and minimum speed of the driven shaft. Find the maximum and minimum speed of the driven shaft. So just all of you read carefully from the given problem. Just write the given values. So those are the alpha is there, that is 18, that is that 420 rpm. Now going to find the maximum speed of the driven shaft. So N2 equals to maximum speed of driven shaft. N2 equals to, the relation is there, N2 equals to N1 by cos alpha. So N1 value is there and alpha is there. Just substituted the values. Then the value is 441.6 rpm. 441.6 rpm. Now consider intermediate shaft and driven shaft. The maximum speed of driven shaft, N3 equals to N2 by cos alpha. N3 equals to N2 by cos alpha. So now substituted our N2 value and our alpha value. So then we may also achieve 464.3 rpm of our N3, So those are the values to achieve by the help of our driving shaft. And similarly, to calculate the values by the another there, so that just observe that maximum speed of the driven shaft. So that is N3 indicating with the driven shaft is indicating with the N3 equals to N1 by cos square alpha. So that equals to N1 is already there 420 and alpha is there. So just substituted here. So when we substituted both the values to get the value, so that is the 464.3 rpm. Again you may also get the N3, so that is the 464.3 rpm. Now going to find the minimum speed of the driven shaft. So for getting the minimum speed of driven shaft, so that is the first, let us consider the driving and intermediate shafts. That is the N2 equals to N1 cos alpha. So that is the value is there. So 399.4 rpm. And when we know the N2 value, then simply to take our intermediate to driven shaft. So that is the N3 equals to N2 cos alpha. So when we substituted here, So then simply to arrive, so that is the minimum speed of the driven shaft is the 379.8 rpm. So that is the another method is also there for getting the our maximum values and our minimum also, maximum and minimum. Do you have any queries? Please respond. Do you have any queries in today's lecture?